So, any really last thoughts on like divas? I mean, we could talk about it forever. I mean, that's just the sad
Right.
nature of it.
It's well, I mean, you could talk about anything in WWE right now forever. In terms of expendables, I would say Oksana definitely expendable.
No,
Like I
no,
don't
I will go to
know.
bat for Oksana,
Really?
not as a wrestler, as a manager,
Like what?
because
What is like what are her capabilities as a manager other than that she's Lithuanian?
maybe not necessarily a manager role, but it kind of like thinking like Sherry Martel. Like I just think like when with her and Antonio Cesaro or her and Teddy Long,
Hmm.
as much as I hate to say this because I hated it at the time,
Hmm.
but it's kind of like Triple H. Like after a while, it kind of grows on you.
Yeah.
Um, and Oksana's another superstar that we hardly ever get to see her wrestle because she can actually wrestle. Um,
That's what I've heard, but every single
she looks
Oksana match that
horrible.
I've seen, she
She's
botches.
in that full suit. She wrestles completely crap. But I don't know where. I think it was on YouTube that I saw a match of hers, and she really impressed. I mean, it's also pretty easy to find matches on anywhere on YouTube of divas that impress.
Oh
Unfortunately,
yeah.
they just don't let them do it in the WWE.
They never do, which is a shame because I watched the
Beth
and
Phoenix ladder
I
match.
hate to go to this, but the Emma Page their women's championship match on NXT, that was like a 14-15 minute match, and it was very very good from start to finish. It's obviously better than anything that they put on the divas on WWE, but I just know that I'm never going to get that on the main roster.
See, I never watched that finish. I watch all the qualifying leading up to it.
Hmm.
And since we're talking about divas anyway, we might as well touch on NXT a little bit here.
Yeah.
Obviously Emma and Paige are people's favorites. Um, I hated Bailey at first. I
I
honestly,
didn't
it
like
was a
her heel
simpleton
persona.
gimmick. The whole simpleton thing, where
Oh,
she's
oh,
super simple. She comes out, she can't dance, so she's like I fell in love with it. I don't know what it is about Bailey that I'm thinking about Bailey, right? I'm not thinking about the wrong person, right?
no, you're thinking about her. It could be because for before she became
Or is it
like
no, it's
this.
Emma. I'm thinking of Emma. What the hell am I talking about?
Okay, are you talking about the awkward dancing gimmick, or are we talking about the
Yeah,
nerdy?
but no, see, I was told that wasn't a bad dance gimmick. She was a simpleton. Because when we watched her at the SummerSlam Live at the Access, she was like talking all so like she was acting dumb. And every single person in the crowd was she's acting dumb. She's got a dumb gimmick, right? It's not Emma. Is Emma Charlotte? No,
No,
no.
Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah, why am I don't know why I'm thinking so crazy right now. Emma's the one.
It's
No, Emma
okay.
is the one with the dancing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Emma's the silly arm thrust dance thing,
Considering I watch NXT every week, how I cannot remember this for the life of me.
and Bailey's the nerd.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is the reason why I don't think NXT will ever get put into, the main game is because, you could make a case for NXT male superstars like Bray Wyatt,
Yes,
but you give the divas such generic names. Nobody's got like a second syllable. It's all first names. It's all boring.
Paige, Emma, but
Bailey,
Bailey.
because they don't actually call it Paige Murray, right? They just call her Paige, right?
Yeah, they're not going to do Paige Marie. No, they can't do that.
And I wanted to look over the roster quick because I know they had signed a crap load of new divas recently for the training center. So I know they've got quite a stable of female wrestlers right now.
I have a very strange theory that Brie is going to win the title, and that's going to allow Paige to get called up because that means Paige doesn't have to go against AJ because you don't want that to happen. Right now, you do not want that to happen.
So what does AJ do?
But if Paige beats a Brie, it makes it because then it makes sense. But what does AJ do? Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, because you don't give her the Caitlyn treatment, obviously, but you may end up.
Well, actually,
AJ.
we should know the answer to this question already, whether or not she's getting called up right now, because they've filmed NXT for the next 3 weeks. So obviously, if she had dropped the title, we would know she's getting called up because you're not going to get called up with the title.
She hasn't, from what I've heard.
So I mean, it's a great idea.
It is a good idea. I think I think it's a great idea. I don't think they're going to do it. But that's my theory because,
I think it'll be a season 3 of Total Divas. I honestly, now that I think about it, I think that we may eventually, because they're putting, and I hate to say this because I really don't want to trivialize wrestling because I know there are people that really love wrestling.
Right.
But a lot of divas are just eye candy. It's what they are. They're there to appease the people. That's why managers bring and unfortunately, a lot of the new divas that they're signing, the models,
Eva Marie right now, JoJo. I mean, Rosa Mendez.
See, I'm perfectly fine with Eva Marie. It's JoJo I have a problem with. Eva Marie is so hot. Like, and I don't want to like come off as offensive or sexual or anything.
I don't think that's offensive at all. I mean,
she looks good.
She's not gonna deny it. She flaunts it. She's hot. I mean,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I just want to look at these one last time here. Alexa Bliss, Devin Taylor. Man, I don't know any of these divas outside of Summer Sasha, Paige.
You know who I do think is expendable, and it's only there because of one other person?
Who's that?
Cameron.
Really?
Yeah. Ariane, yeah, she's only there.
Yeah, you're watching Total Divas when you rip out the real names, but
yeah. She's only there because of Naomi. That's it. That is the only reason Cameron is there.
So Trinity is going to dump her? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that she better hope Trinity doesn't make it as a singles wrestler, because if she does, she's done.
We can all chant UTI at her.
Oh man, Tough Enough season 5. It's worth watching the first episode just for. She was on that, by the way.
Yeah, no. Didn't she get eliminated like second or first?
She got eliminated. She was the first person eliminated from Tough Enough, and she said this is verbatim, that her favorite match of all time was Alicia Fox versus Melina. That is not a joke.
I know. I remember you bitching about this on Twitter. You were like, kind of excited for you because you went back. Didn't you watch it? And then you were like, oh, that's awesome that she was on Tough Enough, and then now she's still here. Then, oh, wait a minute, her favorite match is what? And then you lost all respect for her at that point.
It just gone. Like, are you serious? Alicia Fox versus like.
Was it a good match though? I think I remember. I tried to go like Google it and stuff to try to see if it was.
I watched it on YouTube. If it's the match that I think she's talking about, okay. So Alicia Fox comes out and she says like, "Oh, this is when the unification of the titles was going on." So
no, I watched this match. Yep.
This was the match. This was the match before whoever was going to unify the Divas and the women's titles match. And Alicia Fox comes out and she's talking trash to Melina and is like, if anybody is to become undefined, not unified, undefined champion of Divas. I couldn't watch.
Was that the match that Michelle McCool and Layla came out? Because I know, when you said the unification, they eventually did it because that's when they had half the title.
It was the match before that pay-per-view because then at Night of Champions, Melina lost to
that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Or did she lose to Layla or Michelle McCool?
I don't remember, but I have the DVD. That's why I was thinking about it.
Yeah, because there was this weird thing where like Michelle McCool and Layla were co-champions, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
you don't remember that? They were absolutely. They actually would carry around half the title belts.
Yeah, it looked really silly.
It really did. All right. In that situation, would you just have gave him 2 belts?
They were actually when it became the Divas belt, when it just became that butterfly belt, then yeah, they carried 2 belts. But when it was women's champion, they legitimately split that thing in half.
Yeah, it looked pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Divas, I'm sure there's a lot more we can talk about, but I do want to thank our guests, Blackjack. I know you have a podcast, Main Event Swerve.
Yep.
Do you want to go ahead and shout out your YouTube and Twitter?
Yeah. Right now, I mean, my main channel is it's Blackjack's Media, but I'm not currently working on that one because I'm still trying to get my stuff together. But you can hit me up on Twitter. It's 21 Blackjack. That's 21 the number Blackjack. And I'm currently doing podcast work right now on YouTube. Main Event Swerve. Go check me out there. I usually update every week and get my thoughts on upcoming Raws and just any sorts of ideas that I have on wrestling that I just kind of want to spew out there to the university, to the world to hear. So check me out there. Thanks again, Tubby, for having me on. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. All right. Until next time, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Tubby Emu, and we'll see you all later.